Hey guys, so I thought I'd pop on here and do a real quick, like just everyday kind of makeup look. Actually, that's a lie. I don't really do this on work days because this would take too much work. So this is what I do on the weekends if I want to feel pretty or feel like I kind of put a little bit more effort into it, but I'm not like going out on the town kind of thing. So yeah, this is slept on hair. I didn't feel like doing it, so don't mind the mess. But you know what? Being messy is kind of in right now, so you know, I could work with this. I could work. Whoa. Maybe I can't work with this. I don't know. Hey guys, so this is my Healthy Mix Serum by Bourjois. It's pretty popular on YouTube land, and I bought mine on Amazon. This is a shade 53. As you can see, I just dot it all over my face, and I'm using a Real Techniques buffing brush, but I found that if I use it on the side, it tends to be less streaky because this is very unique formula, and I didn't even really like it until I figured out how to use this. I only buff in areas where I don't want it to wrinkle or crease later, and of course I always cover my eyes because I don't like the veins, and I didn't feel like using a base or a eyeshadow primer. So on my forehead I have to be really careful because I'm very expressive and makeup can tend to cake in my forehead, so I have to make sure to blend it out really well and actually kind of keep it very sheer so it doesn't crease. And then I just keep buffing it into my hairline so we don't have any weird lines. I get my ears, and I also get down my neck. After I finished getting my neck and making sure there's no line of demarcation, and then my chest for the rednesses, I decided I wanted to bronze. Mix a shimmery shade with a matte shade, and I touched the parts of my face where sunlight would naturally hit. My jawline would not be where it's hit, but that's the beginning of the contour that I'm going to add. Normally you get the top of the cheekbones and around the forehead. Then contouring is different. Perfectly matte shade, big fluffy brush or with a tapered end, and then you put it in the hollows of your cheeks where you'd naturally have shadows. And then I do it on my neck because I like to have that shadow there and make my chin look nice and shaped. And then I put a lot of it on my forehead because I don't like the size of my forehead, and adding shadows to it makes it look smaller, which is a wonderful perk if you have a humongous forehead, Olivia Wilde style, like I do. As you can see, I'm really doing it. If you want a really sharp contour, just use a much smaller brush, or with also tapered though. It's always easier to add more than to take away, and I realized you couldn't see the contour on the video, so I got a smaller contour brush, a close-up mirror, and I made it darker. Once I'm satisfied with that, I'm going to take Spellbound by Makeup Geek on a big fluffy brush and add it to the apples of my cheeks. It's a matte color, but it adds a beautiful light pink finish, and it has a nice sheen. Now the next part is my brows, and I think this is one of the most understated parts of a person's face, and it can totally shape your face. You want to make sure that you do like an ombre brow, make it lighter from the inside, darkest at the arch, and then kind of fade out, so it's an ombre at the end and at the center. Then to add definition, you want to make a straight line from the thickest part of your eyebrow, and then out to the arch, and then angle it downwards, as much down as you would like. If you go too high, you're going to look angry. If you go too low, you're going to look upset. I just realized brow needs their whole video, so if you'd like to know how I actually do my brows, and I would do a very in-depth tutorial and up close, just please comment below or like this video. In the meantime, I'm using Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek on a big fluffy brush as a beautiful transition shade. You want to use lighter shades to darker shades from bigger to smaller brushes in your eyes to add really beautiful dimension and make your eyes look bigger and better. And as you can see, I get closer and farther away from my mirror to make sure it's even and to blend. Then you see that, oh wait, what just happened? Donut break. Yes, Chessa, shush, I don't want to hear it. Then you take that same shade with a smaller brush or the color above it in creme brulee, and you put it in your crease below the color you did before, and you use windshield micromotions and small little swirls. And now we're going to use a darker shade. This is Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek, and it is a beautiful dark red but burnt warmy. It's just gorgeous. Tap off the excess, another smaller brush, and a smaller area. So when you think about it, the lightest shade goes on the fluffiest brush and covers the most space. The medium shade, smaller brush, smaller space. And then the final brush is the smallest brush you're going to use with the darkest shade, and you use the least amount of space. You're wanting to create the idea of dimension and depth. And as I said before, you use windshield micromotions and small little swirls. So, and then you always tap off the excess because it's easier to add more than to take away. And for this particular look, I went from the inner corner all the way to the outer corner, and I just focused the darkest shade on the outer V of the eye. Next is the fun part, the shimmer. This is Shimma Shimma from Makeup Geek. And you're going to take it on a flat, stiff brush or your finger, and you're going to tap it on the inner corner of the eye and the lid. This brightens your eyes, this makes you look more awake, and of course, who doesn't want some shimma shimma in their life? We're going to take that same color on the outer V, and we're going to put it on the under our eye with the smallest brush because it's going to add more of the almond shape and depth to the outer part of our eye. Now we're going to get a slightly fluffier brush with that creme brulee or that peach smoothie color, and we're going to blend out that color and go all the way into our inner tear duct. We're doing the same exact thing on our lower lash line that we've done on top. As I said before, I'd be using affordable products. This is by Essence, and it's a wonderful black, really sharp, retractable pencil and eyeliner. I use it just on the upper waterline to thicken the look of my eyelashes. I love a thick, voluminous lash. That's one of my favorite things. And then a trick that I have for my lower lashes is I only go about a third of the way in on each corner of the eye to make sure that I look more awake and more open, but I still have that almond-shaped eye that really looks beautiful and full a shape. Next is my personal favorite, the eyeliner Maybelline Eye Studio with an angled eyeliner brush. I don't do this during the week, it's too much work. You angle the brush up towards the edge of your eyebrows, but you follow the lower lash line. And then you make a small triangle on the top of the lid, and you fill it into the inner tear duct, and then you connect the triangle to the lower lash line. It's really that simple, ladies. Again, a more in-depth tutorial on this, it's hard to miss. Now we curl our eyelashes, lay the eyelash curler against your eye, and then you won't rip it out like I just did. And then, of course, copious amounts of mascara. Voila, we are all done. This is the finished look. From farther away, coming close up to show the eyes and the pretty eyeshadow and the wonderful highlight that Spellbound gives even without actually having a highlight, and then a little bit more of a close-up to see what it actually looks like, how the dark black brings out like the caramel in my eyes and the lighter colors, and I just think that it's really flattering and anybody can pull this off. I just love it.
Hey guys! Oh my gosh, how many times I have to do this intro because my nose is running. I'm not even sick. And see this? I burned it yesterday curling my hair. So I can't put nail polish on it. And I guess I could, but it was in a band-aid. And now these... I'm not waking up to do that in the mornings. And I was able... How many times did I do this intro? How many times? Cricket, shut up! Come here. Come here. What you barking at? That cat outside could eat you. Yes, she could. And just because you feel safe on the balcony. See, I can't hold both my dogs at the same time because they would kill each other. I'll show a quick clip of it. I tried. It's bad. Say hi. Say hi. You're just so not photogenic, huh? You just can't. Oh, look at those ears. Yeah, I'm obsessed with my dogs. Don't judge me. Yeah. Mommy did it. Oh, did I hurt you, baby? Oh. 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 I feel like I'm hunched. Hi, guys. I'm so hunched over. Chesa, come here. Do you need some cups and some loves? I need some inspiration. Hello. Let's do a jig. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you've had enough. You're such a good girl. You let mommy do weird things to you. I don't want you to lick my makeup. You might die.